Welcome to Reality After Show coverage of Australian Survivor, Titans v Rebels. We're talking episodes 4 through 6. I'm Jonny Fairplay, legend, joined by Australian Survivor expert Dan Montchal.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. Dan, we're talking episodes 4 through 6. Now, I was in Australia for these episodes.
Let's talk about that experience. How was your week in Australia?
It was crazy. It was freaking crazy. I love Australia, and pardon me, I believe Australia loves me. We'll see. Who knows? So unbelievable crowds. Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane, and then hanging out with my favorite old codger, Jerry and Pam. Pam, not an old codger, just Jerry, and made our way to Fraser Island on Air Gary, and incredible week. Thank you, King George. Thank you, Juicy Dave, both Badens, Phil, Chrissy, Sharney, Mel, Michelle. Who else can I name and who can I not name? Simon, Jackie, and then so many that I'm not allowed to say. But shockingly, there's a lot of wigs in Australia, and they were donned throughout the week.
Well, what, you got to see the Gerald's famous milk chugging?
Oh yeah, Gerald. Oh my God. So love Gerald. Who else? There's so many. I mean, God, it was just stacked every single night. Ben, Shannon Gus, who does Talking Tribal. Incredible week. Thank you to everyone. Wow, insane. And then the fans. I mean, Archie gave me a rubber duck. I got Robert gave me I got kangaroos, koalas, boomerangs. So you're not allowed to fly with weapons. I was flying with weapons. Boomerangs.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I'm going to try it out. So before episode, because we're doing back-to-back Pete Behind the Curtain. So before next week's episodes, I will throw my boomerang and see what happens.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know. That's awesome. I mean, I know I saw people that were flying that weren't from Australia that were flying into Australia for some of the viewing parties. Like that's commitment.
Yeah, that's crazy. So special thanks to Karen Coleman and Paris, who helped out me and George at all the parties. The Duchess of Double Bay, Cara. Insanity. Too much. I mean, my brain is overloaded. It was so incredible.
That's awesome. It looked like you had an incredible time.
Yeah. So and I watched these episodes. So let's talk about these episodes, starting with episode 4.
Well, we start with episode 4, and it may be your it's the sound that really gets Fairplay's juices going. Of course, it is Kelly with a woo woo to start the episode.
Are you following Kelly on Instagram?
I am not.
She is selling whoop whoop t-shirts.
I can only imagine that her shelf life can't be that long. So good for you, Kelly, for trying to take full advantage of it.
She does have an idol.
She doesn't know what an idol is.
I was waiting for when Kirby was just like, just go with it. Like for her to be like, what are you talking about? like just completely blow all of that. Because she's blown everything up, as we will discuss, for 6 episodes.
Or for, Kirby's plan that, it's in episode 9 of being like, if I tell you to play your idol, like it's all for show, for her to stand up. Be like, Jonathan, I'd like to play my idol. And they're like, no, you don't actually have it, Kelly.
Yes,
like,
no, you can't actually play it. Oh, there's no way that Kelly showed up in Brisbane wearing a black wig, lifting up her black wig, going, "It's me, Kelly." There's no way that happened.
I'm sure that voice did not pierce your ears at all.
She I like Kelly. She's a lot, but I like her.
Well, her we get
Don't like the whoops. Nope.
We'll get to talk a little bit about Kelly this episode, or sorry, in this episode, talking about week 2. But I feel like she does come a little bit more palatable moving forward because we don't see a ton of her as much as was really kind of, we were beaten over the head with it in week 1.
Yeah. So she's a special kind of special.
So that's where it starts, and she finally gets to play her game of Twister, which I'm sure wasn't torturous at all for the people that were involved.
Yeah.
And
sure.
And this is the first time, before we get to the intro, it's where we really learn for the first time more about Eileen. We get her intro package. She comes in saying she thought she would be a leader, but you learn that she's kind of the black sheep of the family. Her family wanted her to be, a lawyer or a doctor, something like that, but she's more of the adventurer type, and her family doesn't even know that she's on the show.
Well, they're going to find out when they try to call her and she's missing for up to 47 days.
Kind of hard to disappear for that long.
Well, you know what, we do hear she's the black sheep of the family, but it might not be self-imposed. Like, they may not realize she's filming Survivor because they're not attempting to find out what she's doing.
It very well could be.
And she might live off the grid.
That wouldn't surprise me.
No. Eileen is not, like, she justifies her rebel stance.
Yes. No, she's someone that fits the rebel, like the theme of Rebels. Like, I can see why she got casted for it. It makes perfect sense.
And she's a pirate.
She is a pirate.
Peg leg Eileen.
So, then episode 4, we get the intro. We're going over to Titan Beach, and we're just starting off with moments there because we go over there, and Viola is teaching Eden the washing machine dance moves. So, Eden, he's getting a little bit more culturally involved here.
Peek behind the curtain. Okay, let's just say, for argument's sake, that I did not meet Eden. Okay, but because he's not allowed to meet me. Right.
Yeah. So how could you?
Okay. But let's just say a hypothetical. If I were to have met Eden and we were hanging out and he was asked his favorite movie, Eden's reply would probably be something like, I can't give you a favorite movie. However, I can give you 5 movies you should watch. And Eden would hypothetically reply, Jurassic Park, Empire Strikes Back. And then for a third, he's going to go documentary, a deep cut. And maybe I cut him off and say, before you answer, I have a top 5 movie. That's a documentary. That's a deep cut. King of Kong, Fistful of Quarters, the Donkey Kong high score documentary. And Eden loses his mind hypothetically. It's like, oh my God, that was what I was about to say. And I have the poster in my house.
If only you could have had that experience. Sounded like it would have been pretty cool.
It was pretty, hypothetically, it was pretty awesome. I love Eden.
Yeah, so, they're finally starting to have a little bit of fun on the Titan Beach. This is where we get Caroline's intro package. And if you're not aware, she's a midwife, and we're going to be beat over the head with it for the next 4 or 5 episodes.
Hypothetically speaking. If I were to have met Caroline, I would have been blown away with her potty mouth and awesomeness, and not anything what we're seeing on television whatsoever.
Which I think, would surprise a lot of people, because I know she's garnered some hate out there.
Oh yeah,
but just that she's playing the game.
Oh, she's a great player. I think the potty mouth is working. I think that's why we're not getting the airtime that we're seeing the gameplay, but we're not seeing it backed up in airtime.
Mm-hmm.
And I hypothetically, it could be her potty mouth.
You just can't. Yeah, they don't have that many clips they can show of her.
Yeah. So hypothetically speaking, Caroline's pretty awesome.
Well, speaking of her gameplay, this is where she kind of first really starts pegging in of how close Mark is getting with the 2Vs.
She's right.
She is.
And Mark's right. I mean, like, you don't put all your eggs in one basket because you never know when that tribe split's going to happen, or a tribe swap. What numbers you're going to have on the opposite side of that tribe swap. So play the field. You're a gambler. When you're playing craps, you don't just play. The first six. And it's like, we're good.
No need to.
So yeah, play the table.
As you should. You spoke of, maybe the editing that we're not seeing. What isn't helping her out is it's kind of one of these next scenes where every time that's Mark's with the 2Vs or one of them, you just see her kind of creepily like
lurking,
sidle her way into the conversation.
Lots of lurking. But that's a way to play. It's not sexy. The edit is not friendly. However, if you're not aware of other conversations, you can find yourself on the outs real quick. So because there's a lot of people that play Survivor, and when they're sitting there, like, they feel very confident in the situation that they're in because they're not looking outside of that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think Caroline is one of those players that is comfortable in their situation. However, they want to see what the other situations are, because isolation is not your friend in the game of Survivor. So, as just learned, episode 1 going into episode 2, and how Eileen is on it.
Yeah, no, you can't say isolated like that. And this is the first time where you get to see it's Viola. She tells Mark that she doesn't trust Caroline, which, rightfully so. But that also could be, and this spills more into, I guess it's episode 6 and 7, is you at least got to pretend that you're there to play if you're working together.
Yeah.
And I think that's ultimately what gets her game cut a little bit short.
There's so many people playing the game, but there's so many people playing the game dynamic. I mean, like, Frankie was playing the game, but once again, did the isolation of the Lagoon, the Lagoon Alliance. PETA was playing the game with the isolation of the Cuddle Alliance. So there's so many people that are actively playing the game, and playing the game strong, and playing the game good to an extent. But if you have your blinders on, or that quote unquote tunnel vision, with super players, and I'm not saying super fans, because this is the exact opposite. With super players, you have to play this game, that game, that game, and that game, and not just I literally heard someone say while in Australia, if you think 4 people's the majority, the math don't math.
Yeah, that's some Brad Culpepper math.
So I mean, there's 20. This game started with 24 people. That's a lot of people. So U.S. Survivor, 4 people majority, sure. So this is Australia. For you're starting. You're starting to to build something. So, but you need to meet another group of 4 and then start playing the game.
Yeah, you could do 4 if that was, hey, this is our core alliance, but then we're going to bring in another 3 or 4 people that we'll use to move throughout the game in case of tribe swaps or when we get to merge. And then we can start cutting that and getting rid of it, but not this early in the game.
Yeah. So, or if it's a hidden 4, you can do something with that. Like the Middle Age Mafia, or the components of the Middle Age Mafia, the Invisible Hand. All these things working. Grabbing the other free agents, but you're having the Cuddle Alliance going. We got 4, we're good. There's 8 people looking at you going, I don't know why you feel so comfortable, because you shouldn't.
Well, that's exactly what Alex learned back at the Revel Beach. He's willing to admit, hey, throwing that last challenge may have been a mistake, and he is just outwardly annoyed that he still has to deal with Kelly.
Are we an Alex? Are you an Alex stan?
I like Alex.
Okay.
I wouldn't say Stan. He's
Sure.
no one that I'm necessarily rooting for.
Yeah.
I think he's good on the season.
Yes.
And I think part of it is it's been one of my there's a lot of outrage on, new era Survivor over the past 4
Sure.
years,
Or
rightfully
or
so.
or even the week going into my visit to Australia on Twitter.
And I think my biggest, I guess, complaint with it has been we're casting so many super fans. I don't think you should be on the show just because you're a super fan. Or if you look at someone like Eden, he is a super fan of Survivor, but being a Survivor super fan is not his entire personality.
Yeah.
And so that makes it okay. But I think what we're missing a lot is I enjoy the people that are there that have no idea what they're doing because they make things interesting. And that's someone like Alex. That's someone like quite a few people on this tribe, which is why week 3 ends up being as entertaining as it is, because I don't want, 16 people are on the show that are all thinking about it super logically. I
Yeah.
want people that are just there to have fun and that are going to make mistakes. It's what makes the show so interesting.
Yeah. Game bots aren't like game bots may be great on orgs. They may be great in the fan fiction that some of you are writing, even in your reviews of the shows. It is not fun for someone who is a fan of television and good television because it's not good television. I mean, like, I want to see. I think mistakes are fun in television. I
Mm-hmm.
think good-looking people are fun in television, and I think people having the ability to climb a fucking ladder is fun in television.
Well, some people struggle with that, but it makes it more interesting because then the players that know what they're doing, it's how do they maneuver the dum-dums that out there that
Yeah,
have no idea what they're doing. And this has been a Survivor staple going back to Borneo season 1. It was Richard Hatch and Sue. They were like, hey, we don't have quite the numbers, but Dr. Sean's an idiot that put his strategy out there. So
yeah,
let's use his dumbass strategy to help us for this vote.
yeah, but you can't control dum-dums either, which you can attempt to manipulate them, but you
Mhm.
can't control them, and there's a huge difference. And a dum-dum can mess up your plans, and that's good
Mhm.
television. It may not be great for your game, but it's good TV. And as I said, I think this casting is wonderful. I think it's one of the best casts in the history of Survivor in the U.S. and Australia. It's everything that New Era is missing. It is strength. It is good looking people. It is people that know how to play the game, but they're not fucking robots. And it's people that don't know how to play the game, which is just as entertaining sometimes.
Yeah, so that's why I'm not standing Alex. I'm not here hoping that he wins or anything like that. But I'm glad that he's on the season. He's making it entertaining. I love how he keeps trying to get out of his own way, but he can't. It's
Yeah,
phenomenal.
I cast an Alex every season.
Yes.
So I cast a Kelly every other season.
Yeah, you need those personalities.
Yeah.
And so here, Alex, he's trying to get back in everyone's good graces, says he can't let this happen 2 times in a row. Well, strap in, Alex. It gets worse. Uh, let's hear. Then we talked about this a lot going back to week 1. And I think at the time we were both high on Kirby making the move that she did in episode 3 of, hey, I made this mastermind plan of getting PETA out, but I'm still going to vote with the Cuddle crew. That way I can get, more intel from them. They still trust
Exactly.
me. But apparently what she needed to do, because this is the first time it comes up,
Clue
is
Garrick in.
clue Garrick in, because this is the first of a long stretch of series over the next 6 episodes where he's incredibly hurt by Kirby.
So I still stand by the move by Kirby.
Mhm.
And I mean, and fast forward to episode 9, Kirby has not done a great job of explaining the move. Like, she's just like, look, I orchestrated the move. What we wanted to happen happened. She has not done the follow back of, look, the only reason I voted the way I did was to continue to get intel for us. I'm with us.
Mhm.
And she that follow-up statement, I think, changes the entire dynamic between Feras and Kirby, Garrick and Kirby. Like this war is there, and it's created by Kirby, but I feel that she didn't purposely do it. She wasn't trying to do it, and she was one sentence away from it not being a thing.
Yeah, it could have even changed drastically when you get to the swap, because had when moving forward a little bit to the swap, if you have that and say the numbers are closer, it's like a 5-4 advantage rather than a 6-3, and they have Alex or Sarah that's on their side in this instance, then I feel like she can explain it a lot better because look, hey, I still have a good relationship with the two of them because they don't think I turned on them. So that allows us to keep the majority moving forward rather than worrying, are they going to flip to the other side?
Yeah. So no, it's one of those. I did not have this hypothetical conversation with anyone out there, but I'm really curious watching back because I don't even think that Kirby's overly explained it in confessionals, but I
Mm-mm.
don't think she turned to the Cuddle Alliance. I don't think that's what that move was. I think it was just for the intel. I think she was keeping her options open, which is smart. That's exactly what Mark's doing, and no one's mad at Mark.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think it was just keeping your options open, keeping information open, most importantly, and that follow up sentence I think is the tip. But at the same time, I love Feras versus Kirby. This is good TV. This is Chris. We were talking before we went on the air. This is Chris Noble versus Dominic. But I want this to go to go a little longer than Chris Noble versus Dominic because when we finally, when the first shot's fired, that's the end of the war.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. This is
No,
then.
and Kirby's already doing what I wanted to happen with Chris Noble and Dominic. I wanted them to go after their soldiers first and then have the one-on-one battle. Whereas Dominic's like, boom, I shot Chris Noble, we're done. So Kirby's like, that's Ferris's first lieutenant. That's my first shot.
Yeah, it just makes that rivalry keep building and building. And speaking of Ferris, this is where he finds the box with the padlock on it. If only he was as strong as Mark, but he realizes that he needs a key.
So I don't know for certain. This was not a hypothetical question asked. I think the rule was you couldn't just break open the box.
You would think.
I think that was, kind of implied. Don't break open the box. But once Feras broke open the box, or once Feras got the key and did it legitimately, as we'll see later, we got that moment of the box being open. We got the moment of the rebels teasing the Titans that maybe there's a treasure chest, blah blah blah. There's all these things. So once all those things are done, we've seen all these things. If the box happens to break, it's not the worst because we got what we needed already,
Mm-hmm.
and the concept of what it was supposed to be. So maybe it's not that bad that we see a workaround.
No, it's not. I thought it was hilarious.
But
I was all for it.
Yeah, but after the fact. So the first one, if the first one's everything's so anticlimactic from there, if that happens there.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
So
yeah, he finds the box. He's wondering what's in
the
it.
box.
No, it's in the box. Next, we go to the reward challenge. For this reward challenge, what's this? One person from each tribe will race to ring a bell while you have an attacker and a defender. And the winner of this, they're calling it a crazy plate. Just kind of looks like a charcuterie board.
Yeah. They called it a crazy plate?
Yes.
Oh, JLP, you silly goose.
Because I was like, what's a crazy? But then when I saw it, I was like, oh, all right. I've had that before.
It's got. Have you ever been to Harris Teeter? They got them everywhere.
And so there's nothing too crazy about this. It's, you have the matchups of the big boys first, the Titans win, and then pretty much the Rebels win the next three.
Sure.
Yeah. So
I'm not here for the challenges, Dan. I enjoy watching them. I don't like talking about them.
I didn't even really have notes for it. I had the breakdown of who went against who, but
Who's
honestly,
to say
who
that I've
really
even
cares?
seen these episodes?
Well, you were at viewing parties in Australia, so it's very possible that you did it.
Actually, I watched this one in my hotel room. I was flying on this day because of the whole schedule change.
That's right. That's right.
I'd just gotten back from eating crocodile for the first time.
How was crocodile?
Horrible. All right, so you know how alligator tastes like chicken?
Like chewy chicken, yeah.
Yeah. Crocodile has what appear to be chicken bones, and it also has what appear to be fish bones, and it tastes like whitefish, like a monkfish, because it's saltwater versus freshwater.
I don't need to try it.
No,
I'll
it's
take your
horrible.
word for it.
So many bones.
No crocodile.
Yep, there we go. Crocodile Dundee. Very, very popular in Australia. Everywhere I went, everyone was talking about crocodile. Like, I'd go to a bar, they're like, "That's not a knife." It's like, stop it. No one talked about crocodile.
Just like the movies.
No one mentioned Crocodile Dundee while I was there. I should have wore a Crocodile Dundee shirt. I would have been the cat's tits.
You probably would have. Fairplay was.
I'm ordering. You know what? I'm going to make a Jonny Fairplay Crocodile Dundee shirt
with your face on it and a cowboy hat.
Crocodile Fairplay.
Crocodile Fairplay.
Yeah.
So Fairplay did not enjoy his crocodile, but the rebels, they're enjoying their cheese plate, their charcuterie board, and 2 bottles of champagne. And this is where they see that there are 3 keys. Yes. Wonder what they're for.
Who knows? Who's to say?
Yeah. So now Feras is coming up with the plan of how does he end up getting it. So they kind of split up into their groups.
You use the guy that works loss prevention at a discount store to help you find it is the key.
Well, he uses Garrick, but my favorite is they also bring Raymond with them.
Well, yes.
And
Raymond is distracted by a box of Crayola on the other side of the aisle. He's just like, he's sniffing out. He's just like, oh, these are not off-brand crayons. These are Crayola brand. Guys, you go find that wherever that key goes to. I got some crayons in my future.
So they tell Raymond, hey, you're the lookout, look for it. And then just cue to him wandering around the beach through the jungle. You're like, hey, what's up, guys?
Chewing crayons. He's actually chewing enough crayons together that he can fashion those vampire teeth. The wax vampire teeth you get as a kid. Because he's gonna jump out and scare people later at night. So I was informed that we were wrong on the early episodes, that Garrick does not look like Anthony Bourdain, and he does in fact look like Jeffrey Epstein, and it's not fair that Garrick was allowed to play Survivor because he's been running his own island for years.
That hidden advantage, who would have thunk it?
Too soon, Raymond. Too soon. Garrick hypothetically might have thought that it was funny as well.
Well, at least he has a good sense of humor about it.
Hypothetically, good sense of humor.
Of course. Yes. Can't say for sure.
Who knows? Who's to say, Dan?
All we can do is guess.
Yes. Or hypothetically state facts.
Feras finds the idol.
Yes. Oh, so this is a confusing thing because he goes, 1 for me, 1 for you, is what he says.
It really throws people off.
He actually clarified on Twitter. So what he meant by that was, I have an idol that is good for both of us because, we are a team. So we are working together. We're an alliance. You're my number 1. You're my first lieutenant. So if anyone's going to fire a shot at me, you're taking the bullet.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the 1 for me, 1 for you, as we states there, and a lot of people, including myself, were under the impression that there were 2 idols in that box.
It's a powerful box.
Who doesn't love a good box, especially on Valentine's Day?
Heyo.
Happy Valentine's Day, Dan.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to yourself.
Oh, I wear pink just for you.
I appreciate that.
It may be for my fiance.
I'll take it anyway.
It's for you by proxy.
Feras is happy, but this is another thing that's great about Alex is I don't think Alex was coming over to spy on Feras. You could tell me he was just wandering around the jungle as well. Happened to
Well,
be in
you
the
had
right
Raymond
place
on
at the right time.
lookout. I don't.
Raymond probably brought him back to the box. It's just being like, yeah, we found this box. Like, it's pretty cool.
It's a box. You'll love it. So here is. So I'm curious. So when they go back to camp, Feras reads the note. It explains there was nothing in the box, just this note saying that there's a chest for the other. There's a key for the other tribe, so that they can open theirs. Blah blah blah. So Feras reads the note word for word, and Alex, who doesn't appear to be the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I feel like his goofiness allows viewers to underestimate just indeed how smart I think he's smarter than he looks.
I'd agree with that.
So and I'm not calling him a dumbass. I just feel like he's just goofy.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people mistake goofiness for lack of education. So, and I feel like he is secretly smart. He just has a goofy demeanor, which allows people to underestimate him, which is a pretty good superpower in Survivor. So kudos to Alex for that. So, but Alex deciphers the code. He's just like, hey, that's implying that there was something else, reading. Mm-hmm. So if I'm Feras, I change the wording of the note. But it did appear as though Alex was almost looking over his shoulder as he read it. So if you're changing verbiage, that's even worse than hoping to talk your way backwards out of it.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I mean, at that point, when you're kind of caught like that, he was able to lie it off as much as possible, but you just never know if someone's going to ask, like, "Oh, can I see the note?" And that you put in a really hard position, to be like, "No, you can't. It's ink I can only see. I don't know."
Yeah, it also says on the note, "I can only see it. Only I can read it, but I'm not allowed to show you that." I mean, there's an asterisk at the bottom. And it also says Sammy Sosa's home runs don't count. It's just the whole thing.
I was just seeing in the bottom, there's another little asterisk that's written in crayon that's like Raymond was here.
Yes. Sammy Sosa's home runs don't count, and Raymond was here. It's two asterisks. Raymond, have you been playing with the note? He's chewing on crayon. No. There's no blue crayon anymore. Oh. If only I had a chance to meet him and recognize him, and not he shaved his head, grew a beard, so no one will ever recognize him when his 12 seconds of fame. He looks like Charlie from Lost. So he's actually a better looking guy now. Hypothetically.
Yeah, good for him.
Good looking, really nice. Hypothetically.
Of course.
Yes.
So what we have Alex, as you mentioned, not believing it. And this is why Feras wants to target Alex, because he's like, he's on to me. Got to get rid of that, which would be a good plan, but we'll get there. Immunity challenge time for this one. They're facing off at 4 rounds of Survivor Dodgeball.
Yes.
And leading up into this challenge, this is where you had mentioned before that Feras talks about a treasure chest, and no one on the Titans really know if they're being serious or they're just fucking with
it. No, they don't believe it, except for Mark, who goes, "I'm going to go find this treasure chest." Yeah. Yes. So I have a problem with this dodgeball thing, and if I were there, I would have brought it up. So I'm under the understanding that the global rules of dodgeball are, if you get hit by a dodgeball, you're eliminated. However, if someone throws a dodgeball and you catch it, they're eliminated.
That was how I understood it.
That's the global rules of dodgeball. So maybe this is Survivor dodgeball in that it's a different game. It's not dodgeball. It's Survivor dodgeball. Therefore, different rules can be applied. However, in the global, because I played Celebrity Dodgeball in LA, it was like Team Survivor, Team Young and the Restless, Team Malcolm in the Middle, Team Napoleon Dynamite. It was
So you're
hosted
pretty
by
much professional.
Pretty much. So Ben Stiller host. I mean, it was insane. Like Pony gave us jerseys, shorts, shoes, like Ice Cube was there. So first round was Team Survivor versus Team Punishment. And Team Punishment was Tito Ortiz, Goldberg, Terry Crews, and then two of Tito's MMA guys. And like the first ball they threw, like cracked the plexiglass behind us. I believe Jenna Lewis, I think, got knocked unconscious. It was either Jenna Lewis or Kelly Goldsmith. Maybe Kelly Goldsmith got knocked unconscious. So anyway, a ball rolls past me, so I gently toss it to Goldberg, and he goes, "Now you're dead." I'm like, "Now I'm eliminated, dude. You caught the ball. See ya."
I'm out.
I just ran out of there. So yeah, but that's the rules. So, but I guess if this is Survivor Dodgeball, both in quotations, you can have whatever rules are applicable. But in the global rules of dodgeball, you catch the ball, you're eliminated. And they used it that whole thing differently. But I thought it was fun. I did love seeing. I always love when someone gets hit in the face with a dodgeball.
It was good. It kind of went back and forth. The only things I really have of it is in one of the most unathletic feats you could possibly see. It's Raymond's weird two-handed throw that knocks Eden out. Like it wasn't even like, oh, that was really weird. Like it actually worked.
Yes.
And then I also, it was that, and Jaden just stiff arming the shit out of Garrick.
Yeah.
But Titans win immunity 3-2.
Yes, Titans win.
Of the 5 rounds that were shown anyway.
Sure. Yes. Which could have been 11 rounds. Who knows?
It probably was.
They love to have extra rounds.
Apparently, I know that's what, when we were talking about last season, Heroes versus Villains, Chrissy was always talking about. Like, yeah, you only see a few, but we're out there for hours.
Yeah. Who needs that?
Titans win immunity. We're going back to Rebel Beach, and this is where we start to see the seeds of what's going to happen, because Tobias says, well, it's a bummer that they lost, but he doesn't care. He's one of the strongest players there.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, why would they ever get rid of him?
Famous last words. Like they come back, like the first thing said when they come back is, he goes, I'm not even going to chat. I'm not leaving this fire. I'm not doing anything. I'm not going anywhere. I was like, ooh, yes, a Tobias boot episode. I'm so here for it. I was like, feed me more, Tobias. Can you say how you're gonna win and how you're never gonna leave this island as long as you're alive? Can you give me some of that?
Which ultimately, I think we end up getting the right decision, because Alex does have that goofiness. He has a little bit more to him, where Tobias he's just there. Maybe there is more to him, and he's such an early boot that they don't spend the time really getting to know his character. But from what we've seen, at least Alex is trying to get back in the majority, where Tobias is like, like whatever, I'm strong.
Yeah, no, I mean, of the better TV options, Alex is definitely the better. They could have showed twice as much Tobias. Alex is good TV. You can not like him, and that's fine, because I'm sure there's people that are, they might have someone they like, and Alex is on the other side of that on a lot of these arguments. However, I don't know if I'm working with him, but I'm casting him. He is a disruptor, and disruptors make for good TV.
100%. Eileen is the one that this is kind of her time to shine. She comes up with the plan of, let's do a 4-4 split. And then it keeps going of, let's do the revote again and make Sarah choose between the two, where ultimately she'd probably choose to save Tobias, because that was her cuddle buddy.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't know if it'll come back to bite her, but Eileen, this is where she's telling Kelly, you're voting Tobias tonight. Remember, Tobias.
Yes. A is for Alex.
I don't know. K is for crazy. Kelly, I don't know. You can go a lot of different ways.
K is for crazy if you're running an electronics store. Crazy Eddies.
Yeah. Kelly just continues to prove why she is a wild card despite the fact of having this plan. She keeps freaking out. She can't remember who to vote for. And this entire time, she's going to screw this up. I'm surprised she didn't vote for, I don't know, Feras.
Yes. We have a comment from Oded here. No idea why so many people say Kirby started the war with Feras. As from her point of view, it started when Feras clearly lied about the idol. Well, there you go. Oded, where were you yesterday to not tell me my microphone wasn't on and I was using the stupid internal mic? You're dead to me, Oded. So I don't know about. I think the Kirby war started with Kirby with the other vote and not explaining, because I feel like Garrick is really pushing this war more so than Feras. Like if your lieutenant is telling you minutely and hourly that Kirby started this war, then it will manifest itself.
Well, if you're going to see, a grown Garrett cry, maybe Feras is just feeling bad for him.
I would be crying too if I was doing loss prevention at Dollar General. Like, what's getting? I mean, let's say like 4 people steal a $3 item. How much is this guy making an hour? I feel.
Australia, the way that they get paid and how their money goes as far as what it does, like, good for them. They have it figured out, but I don't get it.
Oh, they got a lot of stuff figured out over there.
Yeah.
But like Garrick, and can Garrick even work loss prevention anymore? Like, the whole thing is he hides in the shadows. Like, you're going to steal something now, and they're it's the dude from Survivor. Maybe that works better. Maybe he has to work less.
Intimidation factor.
Yeah. Like, they're going to say, like, oh, it's a dude from Survivor. Oh, yeah, he's going to bust me. I shouldn't steal.
No, Stan. Just posters of Garrick around your stores everywhere.
There's no posters of Garrick anywhere. Garrick's really nice. Hypothetically.
Of course.
He has a Bret the Hitman Hart vibe to him, too.
I can see that.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a compliment.
He can take it however he wants to.
Sure. He's the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, according to Bret Hart.
Alex wants to target Feras because of what's in the box.
What's in the box?
And because of the last tribal, Feras he's nervous. He doesn't know if he has Kirby and Rihanna on this plan.
Yeah.
But we're going to find out. And so we head to tribal council. The first, topic of conversation there is JLP's bringing up, like, hey, what about this box? What's going on? Were you just messing with the Titans? Just a little shit talking going on.
Sure.
And then Kelly calls Alex cheeky. Alex compares Kelly to his mom in some weird way. I guess just that they butt heads.
Sure.
And even, I don't think what helps, and of course it could all just be editing, but it's the way that Kirby and they're answering questions. You can see the reactions from Feras and Garrick being like, "Ooh, I don't know. That doesn't sound quite right."
Sure. Well, there's a war.
Yeah, there's a war
created internally by Garrick.
Mm-hmm. So they go up to vote, and I did think it was perfect editing. Is as Kelly's going up to vote, you have that little backdrop of what Eileen told her, pretty much to vote for Tobias, just signaling that.
There's no way.
There's no way.
Yeah, I was just like, and I'm pretty positive, and I think they do this for other votes, and I may be wrong, and I may be hearing things, but it sounded as though these strokes were marker strokes for Alex, because you don't see her write it. You get the audio. I think the audio was for Alex, because if you're listening, I felt like it was like that, the strokes for Alex, because it ended with the ch-ch.
I missed that part of it.
So, and they do it. As I said, I might be tricking myself into hearing what I want to hear. That's a strong possibility. However, I'm pretty positive they use. I mean, because their editing is pretty amazing. I mean, when Frankie's voted out, and then the next day, just the montage of what's his name that was in love with Frankie. She reminds me of my sister. She's hot. She wouldn't sleep next to me. There was lots of cuddling, and then when we get the imagery of her, I mean, like they do fun stuff like this, and they're tricky like this. But I really felt as though they used the audio of the writing of Alex.
That I didn't pay close enough attention to that, but very well could be.
Yeah. Who knows? As I said, I might have talked myself into it, but I'm pretty sure that because I want to say on the Viola vote or the next, I feel like there's something there too. So anyway,
they go, everyone votes. JLP goes to get the votes, and Feras thinks it's a little bit hot in there, so he needs to take his shirt off and show his idol.
He just wanted to take it. Have you seen this guy?
I did love. He was even having fun with it. Someone posted it, and he was laughing as it was a picture of him next to Jason Momoa, and it was it looks like Aquaman if he really liked cheeseburgers.
Oh wow, yeah. No,
Feras reposted it. He was having fun with it.
Yes. So now he has a. I did not meet Feras. However, in Sydney, I met Feras's extremely more attractive identical cousin, as it was described.
Okay.
So yes, he has an identical cousin that is much more attractive. That was in Sydney.
Good family genes.
Yeah. So if you look up Charlotte Flair, her husband Andrade, they could be twin. Like I showed Ferris's more attractive identical cousin a picture of Andrade. He's like, oh wow, yeah. He's like, I get Roman Reigns. I'm like, yeah, you're not quite Roman Reigns. I love that you get Roman Reigns, but it's Andrade.
Well, this Garrick loss prevention at Dollar General Roman Reigns, like possibly.
Dollar General Roman Reigns. Oh no! Shots fired by Dan to Feras.
I like Feras. Yeah.
I do too. We all love Feras. Yeah. I like Kirby too. I like the war. I love a good war in Survivor.
And we are seeing that Feras, he is smart because he's thinking, okay, like he wants to make sure that Alex definitely goes. So he's whispering to Garrick as they're getting close to reading off all the votes. Of being like, I'm going to switch to Alex. I'm going to make sure that he definitely goes home. But it doesn't matter. Yes. Kelly screwed up. Kelly wrote down Tobias.
Purposely.
She does say purposely because when you see it like after the episode, she says that she doesn't feel like she can work with Tobias, but she can work with Alex. And I was like, Kelly, are you paying attention? What? Why do you think you can work with Alex?
Yeah, Alex hates you. So peek behind the curtain here. And this is a hypothetical, Dan. So there's no way I really know any validity to this story.
Lots of hypotheticals today. I love it.
It is. So this is the hypothetical podcast. Hypothetically speaking, Raymond and Ferris's favorite game on the island would be to call over Kelly and have Kelly ask her to tell them a story. And Kelly would tell a story. And as she started, they would call over two other people. They're like, "Oh my God, you got to hear!" And then when they would come over, Feras and Raymond would leave, and then they would get death stares from the two people they called over because they were stuck in a Kelly warp.
I can only imagine it's a long, drawn out story that takes 17 left turns and
and no ending. No ending.
That's why it's the left turns. They keep, going back. Like, I feel like we were just here.
I feel like we were just here. So that, hypothetically speaking, that was two people's favorite game on the island.
That's good stuff.
That's a cruel game. What's that or real life Squid Game? Which one?
Well, maybe that's why the war started between Kirby and Feras. Kirby kept getting trapped into these stories.
Hey, Kirby, just real quick. We're here too. What's the worst that could happen? Us leave you? So yes, that could be the war.
even as they're walking out of tribal, you have Garrick just pretty much being like F and A, Kelly. Like, come on, like you got to be kidding me, because
Yes.
everyone, there's no secret if someone screwed up the vote. There's only one person that it could be.
We know who screwed up. All right, hey, episode 4.
Yeah.
All right,
Moving on to episode 5. Finally, we start to realize that there's someone named Scott on the show. He gets his first confessional.
Not true.
Scotty?
Nope, I don't know. I still don't believe you. So, you know, I will believe you episode 9.
9, yeah.
Yeah, but not until then. This is like the Juicy Dave no one asked for.
If Juicy Dave was an art director?
I guess. and wasn't as cool as Juicy Dave.
I don't know.
Juicy Dave was shocked that we loved Juicy Dave.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, you're Juicy Dave, you're a legend. And he was like, no, really? And I'm like, yes, you're Juicy Dave. We love you.
Well, and it's also aided by the fact for how much time we've spent talking to Chrissy. Sandra loved him. So we got a lot of good secondhand Juicy Dave stuff that we didn't necessarily see on the show.
That's true.
Yeah. So that could have been part of it.
Okay. Well,
but yeah.
And Juicy Dave versus Jonny Fairplay beer drinking contest at the bar. Can't have a beer drinking contest at the bar. Gerald can slam milk in 1 second and make the other guy throw up, but I'm not allowed to drink 1 pint against Juicy Dave.
Really? That's weird.
So we may or may not have gone to the bathroom and just pulled him out to see which one's bigger.
Yeah. That hypothetical, I don't need to hear the story too.
No, or we just went to the bathroom and chugged pints and I won. Hypothetically.
That's the story. You're sticking to it.
Sure. You think I could really beat Juicy Dave drinking?
Gut reaction is no, but you're also a big beer drinker. I haven't seen you chug that much.
It's true. But I can.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Juicy Dave's a tall drink of water.
Really? He looks so small on TV, but that also could be because everyone in Australia is giant.
Yeah. No, he's a big boy.
I guess when you're standing next to Croc, most people are going to look pretty small.
Let me see. Oh no, I think I have a picture. Without spoiling, without showing anything I shouldn't be showing.
Yeah. So while you're pulling that, Scott talks. Okay.
I'm fast.
There you go. Okay.
Juicy Dave's a big boy.
Yeah, he's bigger than I thought he'd be.
Yeah.
That makes him look like he's bigger than Simon.
He is.
Yeah, I never would have guessed that.
Yeah. Juicy Dave's huge.
Damn.
Yeah. There you go.
Learning something new every day.
Yeah. Juicy Dave.
Kelly, meanwhile, is crying because she voted Tobias out, but she's not entirely sure why she's crying. I feel like that tracks.
Yeah, that tracks. I did not meet Kelly wearing a black wig, who continuously lifted up her black wig, going, "It's Kelly." Did not happen. All night. It's Kelly.
Then she decides, I'm going to sit down with Alex and let him know that I saved him. And here's all the reasons why he kind of sucks so far in this game and is screwed up, which Alex very much appreciated, wasn't spiteful to that whatsoever.
Nope. Great TV. One, and yet another reason why I cast Alex and another reason I cast Kelly. These moments.
Yeah, it's
how happy do you think he was? He was on a different tribe than Kelly on the swap.
Oh, he was pumped. I think he would have gladly went to the Titans by himself. Like, it can be 9-1. I don't care. Just
I don't care.
Get me away from her.
Is there an Exile Island? I'll take Exile Island. I will stay there 40 days.
We see Feras and Kirby have a conversation that there aren't a lot of smart people on this tribe. It's pretty much just them. They're not entirely wrong.
Yeah. As I said, I feel.
I think it's just really hyping up that war.
Goofiness is sometimes misunderstood.
Yeah, I mean, Alex giving him more credit is he does recognize here, saying that he realizes that Kirby did vote for him in the vote split, but is able to pick up of how good a position she's in. She's a strong player, and he says he does want to work with her for now. We'll see.
Yeah.
We move over to Titan Beach. Apparently, Jaden can sing. And then while there's a lot of Jaden's gym workout going on, there's a lot of paranoia about the box.
What's in the box?
Mark says that his middle-aged mafia alliance is important, but he also thinks that his alliance with the 2Vs may be even more important. And it's the
I don't love that.
No, it's the 2Vs who he wants to find that idol with.
Yes. I mean, I'm a fan of the 2Vs, but I just love the middle-aged mafia so much. I'm conflicted.
Yeah. Because Mark does end up finding the box with Valeria, but the only person they told was Viola.
Yes.
Yeah. Move to reward challenge. We're squaring off 1v1. It's where they're tethered to 2 idols. You need to get both the other idols off from the other person.
Yeah.
It says first to 4 wins. Who knows how many it actually is? And what did you
say?
What did you think about this reward being a Survivor kid's birthday party?
Yeah, Australian Survivor is typically hit and miss with rewards, and this season is no different.
It's just so much sugar.
Yeah, it's not for me. I mean, like anyone that knows me knows that I don't appreciate sweets. I don't appreciate bread. I'm not a huge carb guy. I'll eat them, but I don't love them. Yeah. That's it, just not for me. So yeah, like a birthday is just like, we got you this amazing birthday cake. And I was like, awesome. I'll take a picture beside it. And then I'm done. And it's like, you have to eat some. I'm just like, all right, so scrape off all the icing.
Little piece of cake.
And then I need half a glass of milk to potentially get this down. And then I'm mad that I drank milk.
Well, yeah, I got nothing for that. Like, just not a big sweet guy. I got you.
Yeah. Hate it. Yeah. Which in the game of Survivor works out, because if there's an opportunity for me to seem selfless,
you can give up the chocolate, give up the sweets to
whoever,
the women or whoever else wants it.
Yeah. So.
No, that makes sense.
Right, let's see. We have a question from Matt Wilson. Any insight into whether the idol that Mark found should have been invalidated? He destroyed the box to get instead of finding the key. So we addressed this slightly earlier, Matt. They got what they needed from the other island doing the finding with the key. So if that had been the first one, they would have. I think this is hypothetical, and like no one told me. Like it was. Well, I do know a little something. My guess is, since Feras did it correctly, they had it shown correctly. The other, they're just like, let's, it's a different. It's fun this way. So it is not, it should not have been invalidated, and it was not invalidated.
We saw a lot of it last season in Heroes vs. Villains, where there was a lot of the mat chat and hugging between the 2 tribes after challenges and stuff like that. Maybe it's because it's all new people, but we didn't see that whatsoever, at least up to this point of the season. So when are you really going to hand off that key?
Yeah, because we're not there. I think it's like we're eventually going to get to the point where both tribes are like, wow, this shit kind of sucks. And if we think it sucks, we don't think your beach has, tents or mansions. It probably sucks for you too. And we do eventually work our way to some high fives and some fist bumps and some good jobs after challenges. So I think it's right around this point, but I don't think we're quite there yet.
Yeah.
So if someone were to hand out, like, it would be so ridiculously obvious that you've just fucked over 2 people.
Yeah, it's obvious targets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to go through this challenge round by round.
No.
One of the only entertaining things is Kelly keeps offering, like, I could go. And they're like, huh? What? All right. No, Kirby, you go.
Kelly can do lots of things. Just ask her. She'll tell you. Actually, don't ask her. She'll tell you.
And then in the round, in the last round, we do get, it's the battle of the big boys, the matchup that everyone wanted. Raymond versus Charles, where Raymond notices, like, oh, is that a video game t-shirt? And he's not taking it serious, and they have to keep yelling at him, like, get serious, Raymond.
Yes. So did you see the Raymond's Instagram post on the Kirby vote he did?
I did.
Is that great or what?
It's fantastic. It's very
Raymond is something. I'm only supposed to say mean things about Raymond because, hypothetically speaking, he really enjoys it when I do. I love Raymond, and that was one of the coolest, weird call outs ever. And I mean, like, he literally put, the 1, 2, for the and drew the Kirby. Freaking amazing. So shout out to Raymond, the poor man's Jonny Fairplay, my favorite Hobbit, and world champion crayon eater.
Well, if you wanted to say more mean things about Raymond, I can just tee you up right here and say Rebels win reward, and he gets to go to a kid's birthday party. I'm sure there's a few things that could come to mind.
It's the greatest day of Raymond's life.
First one he's ever been to.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's no way he was invited to a lot of kids' birthday parties, right? Well, that's not true. I'm sure he had like imaginary ones with, with Kirby was there. lots of video game stuffed animals were there for his birthday parties.
Well, he could have been to one, but once you start inhaling crayons, like, I just feel like you're not getting the invite to the next one.
What? No, that's mean. He doesn't always eat. So his problems with birthday parties are when whenever kid blows out the candles, he's quick to grab them and start eating the candles. And they're like, you're gonna hurt. It's hot wax, Raymond. Please, you're gonna hurt yourself. So he's really just a liability when it comes to Raymond comes home and like he's got like red blotches on the side of his face from the hot wax.
We're back at the reward, and they're talking. Well, they're talking up Raymond, and the way they're talking about it, they're just so impressed that he didn't screw it up, being like, "Oh, look at you beast! Like, didn't
look
screw
at
that
you
one
for
up.
Not messing up when Vegas betting odds were completely against you."
To be fair, it was against Charles. It wasn't against even like Mark or Eden.
Yes. So there's no way that we saw Charles after this moment at the viewing party with the defeated look on his face and other people around him. There's no way that you would ever see that picture on my Patreon.
No, never.
This week's Q&A.
Yeah, they're going through. I mean, it's so much sweets. Everything's red. I guess what the real reward there is that you're getting to know more about them. It's more reward for the viewers as you see the pictures of all of them as children, and you get to know more about their life. My only really interesting note was that Garrick's so old that his picture's in black and white.
Oh, wow. Much like his mugshot when they captured him on the island. You know what? I do have a pretty good hypothetical Garrick story.
Let's hear it.
So Garrick was in the United States, maybe without working papers, and maybe apprehended and dropped off in Mexico with nothing.
Really?
Yeah. He's a wild man, hypothetically. Hypothetically, like the federales are just like, yeah, get out of here. And they just dropped him off in Mexico.
Put him in Mexico.
They're like, Hypothetically, Garrick's pretty awesome.
I could see that. I could
Yeah.
see that. Yeah.
Stories with endings and that you want to hear.
Well, now getting to, I feel like it's what we've been missing through the most part of the season, is we haven't seen enough or heard enough dick and ball JLP jokes. Well, this next immunity challenge, we're finally going to get some of them.
I know.
We're going to
what happened?
It's disappointing.
I think there were some earlier, and we got some bad edits. So like the cuts, they like I think they were there, and they were just like, oh, he did like 12. We used 6 of them, right? They're like, nope, we cut all 6. They're like, well, we'll fix that.
we at least get a few in this challenge. So for this challenge, you're chopping through a log to release a bunch of planks. Use the planks to climb a ramp, cross a bridge, drop a puzzle, solve the puzzle, and then you're throwing coconuts at it to knock the puzzle down.
Yes.
And Kelly just wants an important role in this challenge because she's really good at balance.
I know.
So she's kind of like Debbie. She's good at everything.
She's very I've met both. She is very Debbie.
Very Debbie?
Okay. Very Debbie. However, a little crazier than Debbie.
Good for Kelly.
Yeah. That was the shocking thing. So, but I did not. I met a woman in a black wig that just kept lifting up her wig, going, "I'm Debbie. I'm Debbie. I'm Kelly. I'm Kelly. I'm Kelly. I'm Kelly." So yes, where I met Debbie, she goes, "Look, I'm wearing the tiger bathing suit." I'm like, yeah, you are. Can't unsee that.
That one's gonna scar you.
Yep. Well, there went. Did I bring Blue Chew? Because I'm gonna need it.
We finally get first long-awaited JLP joke where he goes, "It's Nathan and Jaden chopping to the log." He goes, "Both boys are just furiously chopping away at their log."
Yes.
We're all the way back.
Thank you.
We work through the challenge. It's pretty close until we get to that bridge where Kelly is just an absolute disaster on the challenge.
But she's good at, remember she mentioned she was good. She was very good at balancing.
Sure.
All right.
She says that she is.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Titans pretty much win.
A lot of people say lots of things about Hawaii. Some jokes land, some Mr. Show references don't. Okay.
Missed that one. That's my bad.
Sure.
So, Wayne's laughing somewhere. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know. I'm fully aware.
Titans pretty much win this at a blowout. The other thing I have is JLP gets one more zinger because Nathan's throwing the coconut, and he says Nathan busting nut after nut.
Oh, yeah. That's a JLP staple that I'm here for. Honestly, like, I would love to, A, play Australian Survivor, B, win Australian Survivor, C, JLP penis or a ball reference about me.
Fingers crossed.
So yeah, I just want to manifest that into the world. So I don't know which one. I mean, I guess I have to do A for either B or C to happen. I'm just like, which one do I want more? Both. But I want all three.
All three, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's just, you need the order. You first want A to get on, then C to get your joke, your JLP joke, and then B to win.
Okay. All right.
It's more of, I know you don't love Survivor checklists, but that's,
I know I'm very anti Survivor checklist, Dan. So that this is difficult for me to stomach, but I will this one time.
Well, at least when you get on, that already takes care of one. I don't think it's necessarily a checklist if you only have 2 items on it.
That's true.
So I think you get a pass.
Yeah, that's just things to do.
Yeah.
I got 2 things to do.
Just putting it out there. Hopefully we get to see it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. Because like getting on, like once you're on there, it's just like I'm not getting, like, you're there.
Yeah, and that's just working your way through the game. It's step by step to get to the end.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. We're good. Yeah. Woo. Oh my God. I felt like Jesse for a minute. Ugh.
We go back to Rebel Beach. Everyone is pissed off at how much Kelly slowed him down. Kirby says that Kelly believes she has the skills of an elite athlete.
She does. Ask her. All right, so this whole psychiatrist thing or whatever. What's her alleged
Psychologist.
Psychologist.
She's no bullshit psychologist or something like that.
Okay. Hear me out. If you were to stand on the street corner and give unsolicited advice without pay, well, I mean, I guess you have your bucket, right? Because by definition, are you a psychologist?
I feel like you still need the degree, but you could be.
I feel. What if you write it with a little p instead of a big P?
Raymond writes her a note in crayon.
Yeah, Raymond writes her degree in crayon.
See, my thought with it was more of you just go in and you sit down with her because you're going to therapy, you're trying to work through your issues, and her whole thing is after spending an hour with her, you think, oh shit, I'm actually not that bad. Like I've got things a lot more figured out than I thought.
Yeah, like you never talk; it's just her.
Just her stories.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm going with the street corner gimmick. With a little P written in crayon by Raymond.
It's very believable.
Yes. It's kind of like a mixologist. It's like, you're a fucking bartender. Stop it.
Mixologist.
Yeah. You don't get a capital M for mixologist. Well, you do on your if you make a business card that says mixologist, you're putting a capital M, but you shouldn't.
Well, if you have to make a business card that says mixologist, I think that says it all.
I like to pretend that Raymond is a mixologist, but it's just with really fresh beets, and he's mixing them like that Kirby beat.
Raymond would have a fun DJ name. I don't know what it would be, but
wow. I'm not. It's too early. Like I'm looking for like an everyone loves Raymond joke, but it's too wordy.
We'll brainstorm it and get back to you.
What was Bud Bundy's? I have the T-shirt. Grandmaster B.
Yes. Yeah.
Grandmaster R. I don't know. Grandmaster Ray.
Could be.
We got to workshop this one.
We'll work on it. We'll get back to it. We'll get back to everyone.
Sorry, Raymond. Don't work on the T-shirt.
So everyone's pushing Kelly because she was so bad at the challenge.
Sure.
And this is where Kirby kind of puts her foot down and tells Scott, like, no, we're not doing that. We're going after Feras.
Yes.
Which eventually leads back to Feras. And Feras is hurt. And this is really where we see the budding of this war really start to kind of rear its ugly head.
Yes.
And of all people that gets this information back to Feras, it's Alex, not just a pretty face.
Yeah.
He knows he's on the bottom. Let's try to play the two sides against each other.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's, and
I don't know if he's pretty. I hear like we heard compliments from PETA and maybe Sarah. I feel like we heard compliment. So I don't think he's an ugly guy, but he's not a ridiculously attractive guy. Is he? Am I missing something?
I don't know. I mean, like I'm sure he does well. I don't know if
he's a little. Well, no, his Instagram he does. I feel like he does really well. So I feel like he outkicks his coverage. So, but I feel like he's like he's not like a stud. So he's a good, and as I said, he's got a little goofiness to him, which I think works in his favor. Like a girl likes a goofy guy. Look at me. I outkicked my coverage. I throughout life, I've outkicked my coverage.
That is true. Well, I know if I was Alex and, if someone like PETA, I was her cuddle buddy and she was signing up to me, that's what I'd put on my business card. Like, hey, look, see, proof.
Yes, look. No. His current girl is she out PETA's PETA.
Good for Alex.
Yeah.
Feras, I think he's trying to get his little nickname here. He's calling himself the Arabian Prince. It was all right. I don't think that's what we're sticking with.
No, we land on Smiling Assassin.
Smiling Assassin's definitely.
And I think Kelly named him that.
I don't know if that makes it worse or better.
Yeah, I think it's better.
Yeah.
I mean, she throws a lot. I mean, she was due.
You throw enough out there. It's really.
Yeah. No, Smiling Assassin is what he's going with.
Yeah. So Kirby's side, they're trying to target Feras, and then Ferris' side, they want to target Ree and just take out Kirby's number one.
Yes.
You go into trouble.
What's your thoughts on Ree?
She's there.
Okay, I like her, but I would like to get a little more of her to know if I really like her or if I actually don't like her.
I think we definitely need more of her for me to really kind of make a decision there.
Yeah.
Because she's just like, she's fine. But I just don't. She's one of the people on this cast that I don't have a strong opinion on, like one way or the other.
Okay.
Like
I get that.
I feel like it almost goes back and forth every other episode where it's just like, ooh, I kind of like what you did there. I thought that was smart. And the next episode just uses up all that goodwill, being like, well, that was dumb. But
oh yeah. Oh no. There's a point where I don't like her. We're not there yet, but yeah.
Yeah.
But at this point, I like her.
Yeah, I have no issue with her. She definitely would like to see more of her, which hopefully we do, but also wouldn't be disappointed if she was like the next one that was cut. I would be disappointed because they're talking up as like the biggest blindside ever. That would be disappointing. But if she were to go this week, wouldn't care. Yeah.
So for those of you in America wondering what a big deal this show is, so I was in Australia for a week, and when the television was on Channel 10, holy moly, every commercial break is a commercial for Australian Survivor. Every commercial break. Biggest blindside yet. Team Kirby versus Team Feras. I mean, like I have memorized that commercial. It's just like things are gonna get a little spicy. Like I could do the whole commercial. I literally watched it like 48 times.
Sounds about right. Yes. Oh, hey, it's their show. They're gonna hype it up. I love
it. Oh my god, good up. They don't do that shit in America.
No, we couldn't even get a Survivor. Like, we have a new season coming up. It's on CBS.
Yeah.
Nothing for it.
No.
This takes us.
Well, House of Villains, they knew how to promote a show.
They did know how to promote a show.
Speaking of which, is it next? Hold on. I got notes from the producer here.
So yeah, it should be coming to Peacock soon, right?
Monday on Peacock, House of Villains.
Oh,
there you go, folks. You heard it here first.
Go watch it if you haven't watched it already. Which I don't know what you're doing, but I guess not everyone has E. But make sure to go check it out. Who doesn't want to see Jonny Fairplay back in action?
Kelly's had a little E in her life. What do you think?
I'd say more than a little.
All right.
We're at Tribal Council, and the talk is putting people in the right places in the challenge, and it's clearly just calling out Kelly for sucking.
Yes.
Every challenge.
All right.
But this is where we get the twist that JLP says we're doing something a little different tonight.
Oh, yeah.
We're not voting someone out of the game. We're voting someone out to go to the other tribe on a secret mission. And the whole deal is they're going to go to the other tribe. The goal is to sabotage the next immunity challenge. If they succeed, they come back and join the rebels. If they fail, they're stuck over with the Titans.
Is that it, or is it the reverse?
No, if she fails, like, so if Kelly wouldn't go over, and maybe I worded it wrong, but if the Titans ended up winning, like, so she failed her mission, and the Titans ended up winning, then she would have been stuck there.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
we'll get into her.
We'll get there. Holy smolies, we'll get there. Yeah.
And we start to see Feras kind of jockeying, being like, "Oh, I wouldn't mind going over because he has this key." And he even talks it up, being like, "It doesn't have to be a disadvantage. You can start forming relationships with the other sides." where then you see Kirby start really trying to scramble there, being like, we can't get rid of him. It has to be Kelly, despite the fact that Kelly doesn't want to go to the other side.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she ends up liking it better because there's no sarcasm from Alex over there. Who she saved.
Yeah. It's her number one, maybe.
It's her number one. It may be indeed.
Could be.
If you cornered her, would she probably tell you that's her number one? Or someone that's her number one's Juicy Dave.
Could have been Tobias, who knows?
Could be, probably.
I thought the vote was a good thing.
Yes. Well, Sugar's number one on Gabon was Ace. And that was basically the only vote she participated in, was to vote out her number one.
Ace.
Thanks, Sugar.
She got confused. She didn't understand.
It is math's hard.
And I just love how this entire tribal is, they're just like, we have the perfect weapon. Kelly is a grenade. She's a hurricane.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
All right.
So Kelly ends up getting voted out. She votes for Raymond and also says, Ray, come with me. But
Raymond starts to walk, stopped by security. Recurring theme in Raymond's life. You're not, no VIP for you, sir. No.
So Kelly's sent there unanimously, and we get the same scene, end of episode 5, going straight into episode 6. Does Kelly ever know how to make some type of an entrance of being extremely loud, yelling, and then diving in on top of them on the bamboo bed?
Yes. She's figured out the game. Kelly, you're going to be shocked to hear this. Kelly has never won the silent game. Ever. She is 0 in infinity at the silent game.
Oh, she's definitely that worst person that as soon as start now, she's like, okay, I lost. What's next?
Yeah. This game sucks.
Now let's do my game. Twister. Who wants to do Twister?
Let's do Twister. They did Twister. And Kelly can do splits.
Good for Kelly.
All right. She's very good at balancing.
Some may say the best.
Yes. All right.
The one thing that Kelly did not think about on her way to Titan Beach was a story, because there are holes galore all through her story of,
sure.
Well, why'd you get voted here? No, I'm really tight with everyone. It's just she's all over the place, which Eden, and I'm sure it just wasn't Eden. It's probably most people on the tribe minus, I don't know, Jaden and Nathan. But yeah. That doesn't sound quite right.
Maybe Winna.
I give him a little bit more credit now that you see going into next week that he's split from Jaden. There's a little bit more to him.
Okay.
We haven't seen a ton yet, but I still have high hopes.
Okay. All right. So was that episode 5?
That was episode 5.
All right. Episode 6.
Episode 6. It's day 13 of Survivor. We're at the Rebel Beach.
We're at day 13 of this podcast right now. In case you're wondering if we're doing 2 today, Dan, the answer is no.
No. Yeah.
All right.
Everyone at Rebel Beach seems to be happy for the fact that Kelly's no longer with them. It's just
Rebel
a different
scum.
vibe.
Rebel scum. So, Eden did remark that he did say rebel. Hypothetically, Eden said he did say rebel scum.
I can't remember because this episode was last week, but we have a weird random shot of Raymond alone in the ocean doing God knows what.
I believe you. Potentially drowning. No one's saving him. So, but good news for Raymond. Wax floats. So his crayon intake has actually turned into a benefit of sorts, and his floating ability is unmatched by anyone. However, he can never dive for anything ever.
No,
his buoyancy is like. Have you ever put a crayon on the water? It floats.
I have not.
Oh, well, Raymond has to wash his crayons off before he eats them. You got to wash off the sticky from the paper.
That's news to me that he took off the paper.
Rumor and innuendo. I don't. There's a strong possibility you are correct. It's a fibrous diet that Raymond seeks. I feel like he keeps the papers as badges of. It's just like, look what I did today.
You're onto something. You can convince me.
Here's the receipts.
Good for Raymond. So
never gets old. He'll give us some more material. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, it's coming in next week's.
Yeah. He won't tell anyone you have the idol.
The vibe is different back at the camp because Kirby and Feras, they're now clearly at odds.
Oh,
Scott is the one.
Who knew that Kelly was the buffer?
Kelly was the buffer. And this is where Scott tells him that the plan was actually Rhee was probably going home last night had it not been for that twist.
Yeah.
Which I also think could be why Kirby is able to lock in like kind of the next step of the war when we go over. I wonder if she would have locked the votes down as well had she not already kind of had this warning scare right here of being like, ooh, the vote wasn't going to go in my direction last night.
Yeah, no, this is good. This is good for Kirby's game.
Yeah.
So maybe not so good for Ferris's game, but once again, I'm here for the war.
Mm-hmm.
So this is great. This is great TV. I mean, like literally the commercials are Team Kirby versus Team Feras.
Yeah, it's keep building it up as much as possible. I hope it drags out. It needs to drag out at least one more week.
Yeah, we need one more week.
One more week
least.
of it.
Yeah.
We go back to Titan Beach, and we just have the three bros just chilling in the ocean. Winna, Jaden, and Nathan, because the Titan tribe does not value strength whatsoever.
No.
Kelly tells Nathan that, she'd love Alex because he's such a bro.
Yes. You guys will bro out together. So, and she knows because they're always having conversations.
Oh. Caroline just lurking in the back.
That's okay. Yeah. Got to know what's going on.
This is finally where Mark, he's had enough of it. He's going to run over to the treasure chest and he's just going to rip that thing off its hinges.
Yeah. Yes. And Mark, not the biggest guy, but not the smallest guy.
No, but depending upon how long it's been out there, it gets wet, rotted wood.
There's no way that the jacket fit me perfectly.
No way.
No way.
No way.
The brown blazer fit perfect.
Oh.
Freshly dry cleaned, hypothetically.
Of course. Who knows what actually happened over there? We weren't there.
Who knows? I'll wear my hat on the next episode. My Mark hat.
Your
Mark hat. Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the Mark hat? The one from
the one he wears?
Oh, the one he wears. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, hypothetically, I have one. that I'm really wearing in the next episode. I'll be wearing it. Mark.
This is where Mark said he's keeping the idol between the two V's, and they're really starting to get suspicious of Caroline. That'll keep building.
Oh, yeah.
This takes us to the reward challenge. You're competing in pairs, only using your feet and the back of your partner to keep yourself balanced up on a perch.
This is a great challenge. I loved it.
And this seems like this would be absolute hell to do.
Yeah.
So this is just it's not quite on it's definitely nowhere near a 10 on Australian Survivor like torture chamber that they have, but it's still probably 5 or 6.
Yeah. And we don't need a 10 right now.
No.
So because a 5 Australian is a 17 US.
No one in US Survivor would have lasted past the 3-minute mark.
I don't think they would have been able to stand back to back.
Even get up. Yeah.
Well, not new era.
Yeah, definitely not new era. And
I mean, think about it. You get like what Jonathan with Marianne. Stop it.
But Jonathan would just be screwed because there's no one his size, because you need to match up, similar height and
Wow.
no, height and body weight.
Jeez, yeah, working
No.
stiff.
Height and body weight. And Jonathan was he's 3 times bigger than anyone else that's been on US Survivor in years.
Sure.
Yeah. And the reward for this challenge is you're getting some hot, tasty toasties.
Yeah. That's good.
Do you have a toasty while you were over in Australia?
I don't think so. I had crocodile, I had kangaroo, Jerry grilled kangaroo, and then we had kangaroo sausages. So grilled kangaroo tastes like venison, deer.
Okay.
It's really good. Kangaroo sausages taste like off-brand Slim Jims.
Huh. That's weird.
Yep. Not great.
I'm not a huge Slim Jim guy, but
Oh, see, I'm like a Slim Jim. I'm all over, and like the Tabasco Slim Jim could live on it. Shouldn't, but could. So off-brand Slim Jims, nay.
Fair.
So that's Raymond. You have any of those off-brand Slim? Yeah, kangaroo sausages. Yeah,
Brew sausages.
So I had I have 2 or 3 chicken parmas. Parmies. One of those is
the
correct.
real question is, do you have a Mexican parma over there?
I did not have a Mexican parma. I just had chicken, and one was good, not great, good, and then the next one was the best I've ever had in my entire like bar. Yeah. So, and then George took me to Macca's on the way home. That's McDonald's. They call it Macca's.
Oh,
Macca's.
Same food over there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the reward is toasties. There's really not. It was a cool challenge. I'm sure it really sucked. Rebels win.
Rebel scum. Never gets old. You're Empire Strikes Back guy, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Rebel scum. All day. You would be for the Empire, right? Like with not like a stormtrooper, like a high level position.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm going where the power is.
Yeah. So like the Rebels, I mean, like they're living in the woods and shit.
Yeah, they're living in little huts, and that's not for me.
Hanging out with Ewoks and yeah. I mean, they're cute and all, but they stink.
Oh, 100%. We're supposed to live around little teddy bears like that.
Yeah. So they're talking to them. They're licking their butts. Raymond. Raymond, stop. What are you doing? They do that on Garrick's Island. Stop doing that. Too soon.
No.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, we're back with.
We're halfway through the episode.
We're almost there. Rebels are.
It's the final. It's the final stretch, folks.
They're enjoying their toasties. This is where Feras wants to go on an idol hunt, and he ends up finding it with Raymond. After he almost misses it once, you see him he was right there. He misses it. You think, oh no, he screwed up. I really wanted Raymond to find it and not Feras, just because I can only imagine what Raymond would do with an idol.
Chew on it first, find it's undigestible, and then just wear it as a necklace because he thought he found a necklace.
It is multicolored.
It is. So no, I like Feras with an idol. I like Feras with the second idol.
Oh, it's much better that Feras had it. I just wanted to see the moment of Raymond finding it. I just thought that would have been good. But Feras has it, and he actually is smart. He goes back and he's trying to leverage, the little bit of goodwill that he has with Alex, and tells him that he has it. What I don't like from Feras is it gets out really quickly that he has that idol.
Yeah.
Because he tells way too many people. He probably shouldn't have told Alex. It should have been Raymond and Garrick know. That's it. No one else needs to know about it, at least right now, until you're trying to leverage it in the future.
Yeah. So, I mean, because you have to anticipate a tribe swap's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, what does happen, Alex ends up on another tribe. And if Alex is trying to integrate himself into that tribe, it's like, hey, not only am I, a decent looking guy, we're not gonna overdo it with compliments, Alex. I think you're a good looking guy, but not, you're not the greatest thing in the history of Australian Survivor. There's golden gods out there.
That's a tough list to crack.
Yeah. So, but it's just like, hey, decent looking, maybe good looking guy, kind of goofy and funny, and I have information. Feras has an idol. So
yeah, Alex, he's really at the disadvantage because it's on Australian Survivor, because I feel like he's an Australian Survivor like 7, where he'd be like an American Survivor 9.
Oh, New Era 11.
Yeah.
have you seen the New Era? Like honestly, season 46. Holy moly.
He's just a normal guy over there.
Yeah.
Not over here, he wouldn't be.
Yes. And the accent, come on.
I'm always jealous of that accent. It just does wonders.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at it. Don't worry.
I'm sure you are.
Having a beer.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got your Crocodile Dundee shirt. Like, it just comes flowing out of you.
It does. I'm just going to order a Crocodile Dundee shirt, but I am going to do a Crocodile Fairplay shirt.
Back at...
That's not a lie. This is a lie. Huh? That's not a beer. It's a Juicy James shirt.
Back at the Titan camp, it's the story we get for most of the rest of the episode. Caroline getting upset that all the boys, especially Nathan, they're eating way too much food. Caroline wants to target Nathan. And Kelly's enjoying her time at the Titans, and she's really debating on whether she wants to throw the challenge or not. Well, about to find out, because we go straight to the immunity challenge. And for this one, you're untangling ropes to unlock a chest of paddles, paddle out to collect puzzle pieces, bring them back. You have to hoist them up to the top and solve a word puzzle phrase.
Sure.
And Kelly's whole purpose of being there is to throw a challenge. She's like, all right, I'm out. Sit out bench over there.
Yes. Okay. Peek behind the curtain. Hypothetically, rumor and innuendo, word on the street from my boy Joey Numbers at the Port Authority. They were never going to let Kelly participate in the challenge.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. So as bad as it looked, and it's she wasn't gonna, like, they were under zero circumstance were they allowing her to participate in the Titans. They were just like, no.
Well, I could only imagine it wasn't because they were worried about her sabotaging it. They were just worried about her sucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they also, they're just like, there's a reason why she's here. It's probably to sabotage, and just her being here is sabotage.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it played better TV the way we saw it. Like, I'm just gonna say, it's just like, what? Like, you had one job. So, but yes, there was no way she was gonna be allowed to.
It was worth it alone. The priceless, the look on all the rebels' face when Kelly's
Feras
sitting out.
Like, Ferris's much more attractive cousin, sitting right beside me, losing his mind watching himself losing his mind on TV. Like, because they're just like, if I were Feras, but I'm his much more attractive identical cousin, but I'm even more pissed now watching this.
Mm-hmm.
And my less attractive cousin was furious right there.
It was a good TV moment. It makes perfect sense. I mean, someone shows up to your tribe, you'd always have to think, what's really going on here? Especially
why are they
Australian survivors.
And Kelly's Swiss cheese story of watches there.
Didn't exactly have that locked in.
Yeah.
We go through the challenge. Rebels pretty much lead the entire way. Rebels win immunity.
Yeah. Mission accomplished.
Mission, yeah, just like Kelly drew it up.
just like in the blueprints.
Though we go back to the Titan Beach, and Kelly says she just couldn't throw the challenge. She couldn't do it to these people.
I know.
She loves these people.
Sure. Well, she's there.
And the rest of the scramble going on is Caroline is pushing the Nathan vote. Viola really wants to switch it up and take out Caroline, use the 3 boys to make that happen. And that's really all that we're seeing here in this scramble is what's going to happen. Is it going to be Caroline, or is it going to be the straightforward vote of Nathan?
Yeah. And I don't love the Caroline vote here because, as I said, hypothetically speaking, if I were to have met Caroline, pretty freaking awesome.
Wow. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing things worked out.
Yeah.
Though this does start, it's a string of 3 or 4 episodes. It's really been going on the entire time, but it's highlighted that Jaden has no idea what's going on there. You need to tell him one time in an 8-hour span, this is who you vote for, and then Jaden just turns off his brain. He's like, I don't need to think about it.
You tell him right before the vote. That's it.
Yeah.
So, and when he got that when he got that early vote, I think he thought it was a good thing.
Cool, I'm winning.
It's like one step closer to the $1 million. It's 500,000. No, it's not. All right. He's familiar with the concept of American Idol.
I'm really interested in seeing Jaden move forward, not because I think he's going to do anything great, but he could be one of the few examples of a big like physical immunity threat that somehow makes it to the end. It's like, well, we really don't have to. I want to sit next to Jaden. Like that would be awesome.
Right?
Yeah. Who wouldn't want to sit next to him? Because his final tribal council speech would be worse than if Simon made it.
Oh, wow. Shots
well,
fired.
because Simon was just like, I don't know, like I'm here. And Jaden was just like, tell me who to vote for. And like, no, you're done doing that.
Yeah, you're done.
Well, then I don't know what to do.
Yes. Do we sing now? Because I'm really under the impression this is American Idol. And he sung.
He did sing, yeah.
See, I told you. He thinks he's playing. Well, they have Australian Idol, but same thing.
He would sing. He would pull out, one of those giant logs and have the entire jury get on it so he can bench press it. And he's like, "Well, what else do you need from me? I win, right?"
There you go. Sweet ass.
But yeah, going right before, this is where it kind of seems like it's into Mark's hand of which way this tribal is going to go. If they're going to make the switch onto Caroline, and if they can really trust the alpha guys, or if we're going to keep playing it safe and just take out Nathan. Moving forward to tribal council, Eden's onto it right away. He says if they were going to call over a spy, Kelly would be the perfect person for that. I feel like he's only saying that because of how easy he was able to read her.
Yeah.
And the plan's revealed. JLP says, Kelly, should we tell him? Everyone's shocked to realize that Kelly is a spy. And she goes back to Rebel Beach.
Yes. Back Rebel scum.
And Eden just says she left a lot quieter than the way she arrived.
Yes. Very true, Eden. Thank you.
Let's see. Nathan realizes that he's in a tough spot because he is.
Yes.
Winter calls Kelly a witch. I guess. Wait, no, new. You know what? We're just going to pretend that part of my notes wasn't there. I have no idea what I'm talking about anymore.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I had 50 hours in flights, so there's a.
Yeah, I don't know. This was from a week ago. I took 7 pages of notes. It all kind of jumbles together at this point. Yeah. They're going back and forth. Nathan feels like he's at his own funeral. They're talking about the plans, who to vote for, and Kitty says everyone who matters knows about the plans. Cue to Nathan and Jaden, who are just kind of hanging out there.
Yes, which Nathan's worried. Jaden goes, plans. Sounds delicious.
well, Jaden just says he hopes someone tells him what to do. Kitty says, stick with the plan. He's like, got it.
Got it.
Yeah. And Nathan's voted out.
Yeah, I'm okay with this. I wasn't
Yeah.
a huge Nathan fan.
No, he was fine while he was there, especially once we lost Frankie as early as we did. I feel like Nathan really didn't serve a purpose.
Yeah, and I love Caroline and the Dodger jacket.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
wearing my
right. She
Dodger hat.
does have the Dodger jacket. It's Kelly who has a sweatshirt that goes back and was like,
Yes,
guess whose shirt this is?
yes. Nathan's sweatshirt goes there. Caroline gets the jacket. Hence, I wore the hat.
Ooh, didn't even pick up on that. There you
See,
go.
there you go.
Always thinking about it.
I know. I got the Mark hat next time. Mark. All right. So,
And that's it for week 2.
Whew. All right. Sorry for the week delay. I was in Australia, so that's what happens. We will knock out potentially tomorrow. We shall see. Maybe tomorrow morning we'll knock out episodes 7, 8, 9. And real quick, I am if you're in the States, I will be in New York City on Wednesday, February 28th. It's the Survivor 46 premiere. It's Bryce and Wynn present with Jonny Fairplay for the premiere at the Ainsworth Midtown. Go to at Bryce and Wynn present on Instagram or wherever you social, and there will be a link there. They are almost sold out, folks. So if you're thinking of going, buy tickets this very second, or you're crazy. I guess I have an updated list here of who's going to be there. And let's see. From Survivor, Katura, Eliza, Victoria, Maddie, Dwight, Lindsay, Janine from Big Brother, Izzy, Jared, Derek from The Amazing Race, Brooke and Greg, winners. Also Morgan and Corey from Squid Game, The Challenge. That's right. Phil, Chain, Dash, and Dan from Survivor Quebec. We have Martin, Joel, and Sylvian. And then from the Mole, Pranov. So also, I believe Jen Hoffman from The Apprentice is going to be there. So yes, go to at Bryson Wynn Present on any of your socials. The link is there. Get your tickets Wednesday, February 28th, New York City. Yes, it is the premiere of Survivor 46. That's right. It's the new era. It's still happening. They can't stop it. So, yes. There you go.
Can't stop, won't stop, unfortunately.
Yes, thank you, P. Diddy.
But yeah, you brought up Jen Hoffman. Also, make sure, I'll just say it because I'm not on that podcast, to make sure you're checking out your Traders coverage, because the guests that you've had, it's been Rachel, it has been Jen Hoffman, and you've had Sandra, Janelle, Trishelle. Yesterday was Stephanie. Like, it's been awesome all season.
Thank you. And, when Odette is there to remind me or anyone else other than Jen, Rachel, or Jen or Rachel, I turn my microphone on and it makes it much better. So, so yes. So check it out. Go to youtube.com/aftershow or search wherever you listen, whether it be Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or others. It is Reality After Show with Jonny Fairplay. And if you would like to hear about my trip to Australia and potentially see some pics you're not supposed to see, go to realitypatron.com. That's realitypatron.com. Don't share those pics. They're only for Patreons. So yeah, go to realitypatron.com. Become a member now. You will not regret it. And so Dan, where can everybody find you out on the socials?
Find me at Montchal4.
And I am at Jonny Fairplay. No H in Johnny. That's at Jonny Fairplay. And we will see you next time. Woo.